Yo, is Yuga Labs set to be king of the metaverse? Are they going to knock out the Decentraland and Sandbox with their unique, immersed YugaVerse? Let's find out. Let's get it. Hey, you know who it is, man. It's your boy Shooter, and I'm checking in for the gang. I got a hot one on this one, man. I mean, some heat rock steaming. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Yuga Labs and the entire ecosystem. Hey, they've been out here buying up some of the hottest NFT projects to create their YugaVerse. Excuse me, YugaVerse. Yeah. You know how it is, man. We all one take Jake. We gonna keep it pushing, keep it locked. We raw straight out the plastic with it. Anyways, this is the time when you give me the thumbs up. Go ahead and share this with your partners and them so they can be hip with what Yuga Labs and ApeCoin and Board Yacht Ape Club and etc. is going on. But most importantly, click the notification bell so you can be hip to my pocket with all the content when I drop it. You dig? All right, man, enough of all that. Let's go ahead and get into it because you didn't come to see me. You came to see what's popping in Yuga Labs, and Yuga Labs just acquired a Web3 firm, and it's this flagship NFT collection and their flagship NFT collection. Who could this Web3 firm be? Hey, Web3, that's the buzzword. Remember I talked about Web3. Web3 is definitely a thing that's going to have you happen. Understand what Web3 is. Understand that these big corporations are making the necessary steps to build out their Web3 architecture. But these crypto projects who already in the know, they're acquiring up. They're acquiring up these firms. They're trying to build their type of verses in Web3 platforms. All right. Make sure you tap in on Web3. Don't worry. I'm going to make sure you guys are squared away. And I'm going to keep the information pouring in. Anyways, Yuga Lab welcome WENEW and its flagship NFT collection 10KTF to their YugaVerse. This mutual collaboration will push the boundaries of where the metaverse meets reality through creative storytelling and immersive experience. This is very key. This is Yuga Labs, pretty much their motto, right? If you go onto any of their websites or even their Twitter feed, they talk about the metaverse meeting reality through creative storytelling and immersive experience. It's very important to them. So, as they said in the tweet, they were excited to announce the WENEW Labs 10 KFT shop team bringing the universe together. What does that mean? So, we must note that Yuga Labs has been growing their immerse rate, right? So Yuga Labs started off with Board Yacht Club, you know, the NFT project with the apes and everything. All the celebrities, athletes, entertainers, etc. will buying these NFTs for outrageous prices. Back in 2021, I mean, Steph Curry, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, just to name a few, but it's a lot of people buying them up. Kevin Hart, etc. Has been pretty much killing it. I'm talking about Yuga Labs killed it in the bull run of last year, grossing in about $9 billion off their NFT collection alone. Now, it's very important. They are the creators of the Board Yacht Club. During that bull run of NFTs and the FOMO buying, there was other projects, CryptoPunks. Yeah, you know, the pixelated crypto CryptoPunks NFTs that were also being bought up by all the knowns in Hollywood, rappers, entertainers, celebrity, athletes, etc. They grossed in anywhere between 2.5 billion. You probably like, Shooter, why are you talking about a totally different project? Yuga Labs acquired the CryptoPunks NFTs as well too. Yeah, they're part of their ecosystem as well. It's very important. Before we even get into the ApeCoin and the metaverse, we need to understand about Yuga Labs because you're basically investing into the whole ecosystem. So not only did they buy up the CryptoPunks, do you guys remember the MEEBITS? MEEBITS as well were the little digitalized Lego 2D pixelated NFT project action figures as well. They also acquired them. You see where I'm going with Yuga Labs? They buying up everything. They're trying to corner the market. They on their Apple Inc. type ish right now. buying their competition and bringing on their creators as advisors to work on their vision. See what I'm going with this? Their latest acquisition, what we talked about, was the WENEW and the 10KFT project. Now, if you know who Beeple is, don't know who Beeple is? Well, Beeple is a NFT artist, graphic designer, NFT artist who sold who sold a piece of artwork, NFT artwork, for $69 million plus. Yeah, rewind that, listen to it again. Matter of fact, I'll say it again. He sold his NFT artwork for a record-breaking $69.3 million. Once a struggling NFT artist or graphic designer who was barely making $1,000 per artwork just made 69 M&Ms. Crazy. But it didn't stop there for him. He then sold what is called the Human One. It's a 7-foot statue that's four-sided glass picture, digital picture, which actually moves. And it's a representation of the first human in the metaverse. He sold that for 30 M's. Yeah, 30 M&Ms, $30 million. So just off of 2 digital forms of artwork in the NFT space, this guy had made over $90 million. Easy peasy. Well, they brought him on when they acquired what I talked about earlier, is that WENEW 10 KTF. So they brought him on with a position as well, and they are bringing on his designs, et cetera, into their ecosystem. So let's go ahead and try to dumb this down. Yuga Labs, Brainchild, Bored Yacht Club, Mutant Yacht Club, Kennel Yacht Club, that was created by them. Then they acquired CryptoPunks, MEEBITS, and then they just acquired Beeple and his works for his Web3 and NFT project collection. So if you picking up what I'm dropping, they're cornering the market into luxury and high-end NFTs. Now you'd probably thinking like, what do you mean luxury, high-end NFTs? But first, before I get into all that, let me show you what this Beeple piece is called, the Everydays. It's the first 5,000 days. He started this project back in 2007, and he took pictures from 2007 all the way up to 2021, the 5,000 days, and made this collage. I know what you're thinking. You can't be serious. This sold for 69. It did sell for 69, as you can see right here, 69.3 to be exact. Closed back of March 11th. Crazy. It sold on this private auction site here in London. Insane, right? $69 million. This is what $69 million look like. Then what I was talking about in regards to the Human One, this is the 7-foot sculpture as well that sold for $30 million. And as you can see, it's 4-sided. You get this box. Could you imagine just sitting in your house? Look at that. This is nuts. It's hella dope. Now for $30 million, I mean, if you got it, you got it. Cool. I mean, it is fly. Imagine that just sitting inside your crib. Like, you just can't have this sitting in your apartment, right? I got a lot of questions just sitting in your apartment. Like, you're just not a really good financial person. But if you got a fly crib, $1 million crib, you got this sitting in here, man. I mean, this is definitely a conversation piece for sure. So that's Beeple. This is some of his artwork that he put together. Definitely go check him out. Let's close these out, man. Now let's talk about this WENEW. So Beeple also creates these collectibles in the metaverse as well too. Shoes, socks, hats, different type of experience. Now it doesn't stop there with WENEW and the 10KFT. Again, this is very important because Yuga Labs is part of this. They built this Web3 community called the New Tokyo. It has a bunch of the collector pieces as well too inside of that. Now let's talk about the Web3 aspect or the luxury aspect. Also, Beeple also worked with Louis Vuitton for their first ever metaverse collection. Do you guys remember this back early this year? So that was Beeple as well too. He also worked with them on Gucci as well. So again, Yuga Labs is getting into this luxury side of Web3 NFT creation and collections, right? Very important. Gucci, Louis, In the real world, though, that name's associated with luxury, success. That's what Yuga's trying to do in the metaverse. They're trying to corner that market before these other luxury brands jump in. So they're putting down their pillars and laying the groundwork for Web3, metaverse NFTs, luxury side of the house, and even partner with some of these brands as well too. Then they came out with what is called Moments. Moments is a immortalizing moments of blockchain, linking celebrities in their iconic moments. As you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but if you look at these are little frame cases where you get these digital moments of, like, let's just say it, I'm putting it out there and it's not, I'm just giving an example of like Kobe's last shot against Utah Jazz when he hit the jumper to take the lead. Like, those type of moments are being enshrined into these blockchain frames where you can kind of display those as artwork in your homes. Let's talk about some of their partners. They're working with Warner Music, Time, Universal Music, and IMG as well too. They got a long list of investors from Ripple, Polygon. You know Polygon, king of that layer 2, my opinion. FTX might need to go ahead and delete that, and Alameda Research might want to delete that as well too. But they got a nice group of investors as well too. Now, let's get into Yuga Labs. So we talked about their who they acquired, what they working on. Let's get into more of their actual, well, I mean, it's part of the ecosystem as well too, but let's kind of look on their actual official website here, right? Shaping Web3 through storytelling and experience and community. It's very important. They're big on that. So part of the ecosystem, as we mentioned, we believe in the potential of Web3 can be realized when we start with imagination, not limitation. No borders, no rulers, just people making cool shit together in the YugaVerse. Fans and players are owners and creators in a game of Web3. Everyone can create and play together on one team. It's a great mission statement. And I totally get it. Think about what Web 1 was. Web 1.0 was an open, decentralized, open source world where everyone created. That's what Web 3 is going to be. You have a decentralized space, open source. Devs will get in there and create. They're going to be including the community to get suggestions through the ApeCoin, because the ApeCoin is the governance token. We'll get into that more. And in creating this immerse universe, right? Let's talk about their ecosystem, right? When it comes to NFTs and partners and what they acquire. Bored Ape Yacht Club. This looks look familiar. I'm pretty sure you heard about it. If not, you can come to the yuga.com and take a look-see. Mutant Ape Yacht Club. This is where you can buy this potion. Your ape will drink it and it will become mutant out. The price goes up. Oh, excuse me. Then you had the kennel. You got the Bored Ape Kennel Club that will be immersed in the YugaVerse as well. And then the acquisitions of CryptoPunks. Looks familiar. MEEBITS looks familiar. But I wanted to get and talk to you guys about the YugaVerse, or the other side. Let's check out the other side. This is the official Twitter page of the other side. Let's watch this clip here. I'm not going to watch it all, but I'm going to kind of give y'all a little look at the detail in this. Storytelling, artwork, it's all here. You got what is a Bored Ape monkey sitting here fishing. He picks up a bottle, which I was talking about, the whole mutant serum, whatever the case may be. He drinks it, and next thing you know, the volcano eruptions, right? This is the other side. What has he done? He's created, he took his peaceful swimming area or fishing area, and he's creating this new world right in front of him. Holy crap. Don't drink. What is that? That is what is called a coda. Coda lives within this other side. We'll get into that. Right? I'm going to stop it there. Y'all go check it out. It's on the official Twitter page. Check out this. It's pretty dope. This dropped back in April. See you on the other side, right? One thing before we take a deep dive in the other side. Another part of the Bored Ape Yacht Club and their ecosystem is that they actually came out with Bored and Hungry, which is a restaurant in Long Beach. So not only are they doing stuff in Web3, they're also having Web3 generated hard location restaurant that is accepting ApeCoin. Now, I stay in California and I have not visited this location just yet. I wanted to kind of wait for all the hype to bow down and long lines or whatnot. From the looks of it, though, they specialize in like the smash burger types, super simple, like burgers, fries, and drinks here. They also got a vegan menu as well too. So when I hit that spot up, I'm definitely going to do a video and let you guys know about it. But that's something else that's part of the ecosystem, which is very important, because when you're investing into the ApeCoin, you're investing into all of this. All of this. Now, let's get into the other side. Now, the other side, if you're familiar with the sandbox and Decentraland, this is the same concept. Also, YugaVerse as well too. This is the same concept. You have these plots of land where you can go on OpenSea and Rare and purchase these plots of land or deeds, and these lands you can build on. This is what they're talking about, where developers and creators come together to build out this universe. This universe is not, or this YugaVerse is not complete. They want those who are invested in it to build and complete the other side, right? So let's take a look at the world. Let's see if I can get up in there. All right, so it's a strange new world. I'm not going to read all this stuff to you guys. These are what they call NFT deeds. So when you buy the land, you actually get a deed. We'll break down exactly what information is on those deeds. You have 5 different tiers of land here: Infinity Expand, Cosmic Dream, Rainbow Amos, Chemical Goo, and Biogenic Swamp, right? Understand, they have a center point. The closer you get to the center of buying, obviously it's going to be more expensive. The further out of the, or inland, the cheaper it's going to be when you're talking about the floor price or cost per plot of land. Visitor from afar. Now, these little guys right here, they are called Kodas. They are the primal beings on this, in this metaverse. You can purchase these little guys and add them to the plot of your lands, and they have features as well too. We'll do a more in-depth over the metaverse. I just want to kind of give you a quick overview of what's going on. They also have natural resources that you can plot on, get on off these lands as well too. Different types of metal, roots, wood, stone, or research as well too, that you can purchase with ApeCoin and have this on your land as well. Treasures and tools, right? So you have different treasures and tools, right? Artifacts. That's the word I'm going to say. Artifacts that you can have on your land as well too. You probably can equip your quota with, and the government token to purchase would be ApeCoin. See where I'm going with this? ApeCoin, government token. So ApeCoin. If you ever played NBA 2K and you played My Player, you used to take fiat currency and buy VC, which is called virtual coins, to buy items from like Foot Locker, haircuts, tattoos, etc. Same difference, right? It's the same difference. This metaverse thing is really nothing new that we haven't experienced if you are a gamer. Again, I like to use 2K. If you play 2K or watch females, if you play 2K or watch your man play 2K, or even your kids, or even Fortnite, those buying those skins, Call of Duty, using fiat to buy the skins. The skins are the outfits that their character wear. Same difference here as well. The difference is in Web 3.0 and the metaverse is that you have ownership. With that, you can take these different items and you can navigate to different games and use those items. Unlike if 2K, if I buy certain outfits or shoes, I can only use it within that video game. Or if in Call of Duty, if I have certain skins, I can only use it in Call of Duty. I can't use it for Fortnite, right? So that's the big difference about ownership. You have true ownership in Web3 and in the metaverse. Dynamic NFT. So here's the deed. So when you buy the plot of land, you have a deed. Just like if you was to buy your home mortgage or whatever the case may be, you pay your mortgage off, pay your home off, you get a deed, meaning you own the land or own the house, right? In this case, you own the land. It has the name of the land. The dots represents which tier of the land. Remember, I told you it was 5 tiers. Your land, if your land has artifacts, it will be displayed here, which artifacts you have. The dots represents the tier far as the resources that you have. And then if you have a coda or codas, it'll let you know which codas you have on your land as well too. You can buy these lands on OpenSea, take you there. And as you can see here, you got OpenSea, the other deeds, and this is where you buy the land. They have the floor price, etc., etc., etc. So that, in a nutshell, is the Yuga Labs and their ecosystem. Now, when we're getting into the whole ApeCoin, as you can see, it's definitely the government's covering. It's the ERC20 government token, utility token, which empowers the decentralized community and building the forefront of the Web3. Now, we know that they're building out this Web3 universe. They have the ecosystem. The government's token is going to be ApeCoin. So when you're purchasing ApeCoin, you're basically investing into everything that they are formulating and going to be using. I want you guys to look at these tokens not as the actual project itself, which in the case it is. It's kind of like a stock. When you're buying cryptocurrency or tokens or the token or the coin, it's like buying a share of stock, meaning you're investing your money and in return you get this cryptocurrency. Ultimately, you're investing into innovation and what this project could do or potentially do, or problems it could solve, or new innovation that it will bring. Keep that in mind, right? Don't get caught up in just having, oh, I'm buying tokens. No, you're buying into the company innovation. Remember that. It's very important. So with that, I want to do some like tokenomics and kind of talk about ApeCoin, because it's going to be the pillar of these ecosystems on top of NFTs and top of the Web3 and top of the game and the game that they're creating, etc. Even with their restaurant where you can actually buy and use this ApeCoin. So let's look at ApeCoin in general. Over the year is down 85.9% from its all-time high. It's currently trading at a negative 3.7 as well too. I'm going to actually do a ape forecasting as well too, but I just want to kind of understand that it is on a discount. Now, I'm not telling you to buy or sell a whole ape, but do understand we're in a bear market. The whole market is getting sliced up, and it's currently down 85.9% on the year. Ask yourself, if Apple had an 85.9% sale at the Apple store, would you go buy a phone or 3? You know what I'm saying? Or Foot Locker. If they had every Jordan in stock, every Jordan, every collaboration Jordan, etc., and they were 85% off, would you go and go get you some pair for a resale? Some changing your mindset, I'm not telling you to go buy and sell, but I'm flipping it so you can kind of understand that these crypto assets are distressed. They're on sale. We're in a bear market. You make your money, your wealth in a bear market, not in a bull run. You take profits in a bull run. I can talk about that all day. I digress. Let's look at the charts real quick on Ape. Now, it's very important. I want to kind of talk about the current charting of ApeCoin. Then I'm going to talk about ape forecasting as well too, meaning if you were to put in $1,000 into ape, and I'm not telling you to do that, I'm just using a round whole number, what that looked like. First and foremost, we're on the trading view, we're on the daily chart right here, looking at the daily chart. Now, ape project is fairly new. All-time high on this chart or in this on Coinbase was about $27. Now, the real all-time high was roughly about $39. That was right before it got picked up to major exchanges. I'm going to say that's probably during their go live or their ICO time frame. It hit about $39.40, but in this case, for this chart, we're going to use $27. We'll use $39 for something different as well too. Basically, you can see that there's not too much information. Fairly new project, came out on March 17th of this year. As you can see, there's not much data when we're looking at on a daily. If I was to break this down in a 4-hour or 1 hour, definitely have more data, but I don't want to do that. What I do notice, and if you have followed my channel, that I use a lot of supply and demand areas. I plot a little bit of resistance and support here. In this case, I want to talk about this previous demand zone from July. From here, this was a decent run up. We had this demand zone that pushed us about, I'll say 85%. From there, we declined because overall sentiment of the market is down. So we returned back into this demand zone here in September 7th. From there, we pushed about 55%. Now, it's important. The reason why I bring up this demand zone is that we've traveled and picked up many bull buyers within this demand zone until of recent of November, where we tried to pump out and created this new supply zone. And ever since then, we've been trading in a downward motion. Since then, we've been down about 50% on this move from November 5th to current, where we're consolidating. It's very important, right? It's very important. We're created an all new low, about $2.87. And in my opinion, we have more room to go because we don't have any support from previous, because it's the new low. It's very important to look into that. So that with that information and that all being said, is this a perfect buy to go buy now? You got two ways to look at it. With me looking at this and thinking we have more room go, maybe in the dollar range, maybe you want to wait there. Maybe you want to throw up an alert like so. I got to make an alert here. Or you can look at it as overall, we're at $2.83 from 28 bucks. Is this a good buy? Again, that's something you have to figure out. I can't figure that out for you. Just giving you the chart and the information here. Now, let's do a little forecast. Let's do a little forecasting. So let's say we take $1,000 as an initial investment. Roughly, that'll probably give you about 350 coins. And I don't even want to use roughly. Let me go ahead and pull up Coin Market Cap. And we can do this way. So I'll go to category, go to Metaverse, and ApeCoin is currently sitting second. So we're looking at, let me bring up the converter here. So let's say if we was to put in $1,000, right? 346. I like using nice whole numbers. So let's just put 350 tokens. So that's a little over $1,000, right? Whatever. All-time high is about $39.40. I know that because if I scroll here and look at the ApeCoin's price from yesterday, or ApeCoin's price history, if I scroll down here, the all-time high back in March 17th is $39.40, right? All-time low is about $1. That was in March, so it popped from $1 to 39 cents. So I know that. So if we had 350 tokens at $39 at the all-time high, we're looking at a potential of $14,000, and that's just investing $1,000. So that's a net profit of $13,000. That's not bad. Now, what has to happen? It has to return back to all-time high. Can it return back to an all-time high? Absolutely, it could in the next bull cycle, or it could be a few years after that. We don't know the answer. We don't know when it's going to return, but we do know that price action does have a short term, price action does have muscle memory. So it will return and test that all-time high. We just don't know when. So you have to ask yourself, is this something worth holding 5-10 years from now? Because if you're investing in a macro sense, you should be looking at your investments as a 5 to at least 10-year holds. If you're not looking at your investments like that, it might not be something that you want to get into. Or if you're not looking at investing like that, maybe you should become a trader and not an investor. I digress from that. That's a whole nother video. Now, let's look at this using the Fibonacci track retracement tool. We're going to take the low to the high, right? We use the chart high, but we know that the overall high is roughly $39. So let me slide that down. This white line represents that 39.40 right here, right? This line right there. Let's change it so you can see it. We'll make it red, dark red, or maybe make it bright red so you can really see it. We know here is the actual high on March 17th. So let's do some forecasting. Let's try to figure out where we could be looking at far as just a new if we have a new price discovery on profits base. And this is totally based off of Fibonacci, not saying that this price is going to happen anytime soon, but in the next bull cycle, it's a possibility that this thing can really pop. Knowing what we know about their ecosystem, the partnerships they have, who they've been working with, what they're creating, their brick and mortar restaurant that they have, knowing that ApeCoin is going to be centered around all the ecosystem, it could be a possibility that we could pop and head in that direction, right? So if we kind of look at this from the Fibonacci and looking at these prices, back that off, let's delete that. We can look at these different ranges coming from the bottom. So we already know here, this is a 9X returning back to this chart all-time high. That's that $27, right? Now, if we was to return to its actual true high of $39, we're looking at a 13X. So we're going from $2.89 to about $44 and some change, creating an all new high, new price discovery. That's roughly what, a 13X, a little above a 13X at current. That's about anywhere between, again, about 14K. Now let's say if this thing continued and push to like $60 per coin, that's a 21X, roughly $21,000 made. 24X, right? So it says 2,469%. You take that first two numbers, put an X behind it, that's a 24X on your money. Going to the purple line, that's a 35X. You're looking roughly about anywhere between, what is that, $95. So you look at anywhere between $34,000 from a $1,000 investment. And then if we look at the top of the Fibonacci tracker, which is about $111 per token, that's a 40X. So you just took $1,000 and turned it into $40,000 potentially. Now, can this thing fall short? And let's say if it only returns to about $8, that's a 2X on your money. So if you put $1,000 in, you're looking at a 2X. $12. If it reached $12 per coin, that's a 3X, right? Let's say if it just reached $22, that's a 7X. So when you're looking at a chart, this is what you need to do is when you're trying to figure out before you get any investments, you should always know where your price point is when you're buying, and then you need to know your profit taking and the potential what these projects could do. So therefore you can set profit targets where you be like, okay, I know this project and I believe in this project. When it hits this $8 mark, I want to take 20% of my investment out. When it hits this 18% Fibonacci line, I want to take another 20%. When it returns back to all-time high, I want to take another 20%, and then I'm gonna let the rest ride. This is how you invest properly and smartly. You just don't jump into plays just because someone on YouTube tells you to. You got to have a game plan. This is part of your game plan. You got to know when you want to buy. Obviously, we want to buy low, and then we want to sell high, right? We sell green candles, buy red candles. This is how you set that up so you know when the bull cycle happens, we're not rushing because we're already in the play at the bottom. We believe in the process. We believe in what we charted. We believe what we looked in fundamentally. Because once everyone starts talking about it on Twitter, and if it makes big news, it's too late. When everybody starts talking about it, it's too late. Now, if we're sitting at the floor and buying it up, all we worrying about is when we're going to take profits, right? Again, I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold Ape. It's in my portfolio for sure. It's part of my metaverse portfolio. I'm just giving you the information. I'm giving you the technical analysis. I'm giving you the fundamental analysis on how this potentially be a good project ultimately. So yeah, that's Ape. Currently second according to market cap in the metaverse. If you look under coin market cap, their market cap value is sitting in 8. It's under 1. It is under, how much is this? ApeCoin is sitting, let's pull it up real quick. Their market cap is sitting at $886 million. This is considered a small cap play. This is where you're going to make majority of your wealth when the bull cycle happens, or could. These are the plays that you want to put, have some exposure into. Obviously, you want to make sure you're in your blue chips plays, your Bitcoins, Ethereum, et cetera, but when you're looking at major banks such as JP Morgan, Chase, et cetera, Citi, that's putting $8 to $13 trillion on the metaverse by 2030, you definitely want to have some type of exposure to that. When you were seeing these luxury brands like Louis Vuitton and Gucci working with these Web3 developers, projects, Yuga Labs, or even Beeple, you want to have some type of exposure to that, in my opinion. And there's a lot of metaverse plays. I made a video about the 5 top metaverse plays. Go check that video out, and we'll be covering more. Like, I have some exposure within the metaverse from different platforms and different types of sectors or avenues within the metaverse, not just from an NFT standpoint, but also NFT marketplaces as well too. And we'll talk about those different as we start gaining more momentum towards Web 3.0. Just wanted to kind of talk about ApeCoin. It was a heavy request from my Discord community, so I wanted to make this video and put it out there. So definitely let hear y'all comments. What do you think about ApeCoin? Let me know if you're holding any ApeCoin in the comments below. If you're holding any of the NFTs, CryptoPunk, Bored Ape Yacht Club, or Mutant, or MEEBITS, or whatever the case, whatever all the NFTs out there. Let me know if you holding any in the chat. Me personally, I'm not holding none of them yet, but let me know. Also, what are your thoughts on Web3 overall? Or do you feel like this is an opportunity, a life-changing opportunity once Web3 kick off? Are you fully prepared for it as well too? Do you want to hear more about Web3 in my videos? Let me know in the chat. If you think this video deserves a thumbs up, please do so now. Make sure you share it with your partners in there, your baby mamas, your baby daddies, your side pieces, your auntie, uncles, your grandmothers, whomever you think will need this information. Make sure you share it with them. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Subscribe to that, so anytime I drop, you get the little ping, and then you know to go run it up. You know I got some heat rock for you, so don't forget that. Join the gang. Oh yeah, before I go, How to Crypto, my ebook. Pin comment, first pin comment. The link is there. Teaches you how to crypto correctly and safely, especially in a bear market where you're not out here getting clapped like everybody else buying green candles doing a bull run. So I basically break down exactly how you should be investing long term and preparing for the next bull cycle in my ebook plus video guide as well too. Go grab that. It's one price. Anyways, it's your boy Shooter. Again, this is never financial advice. I appreciate you if you made it this far through the video. Keep it locked. Peace.